The men of Gondor have come to reclaim their homelands. Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Total War Rise of Mordor. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a pretty awesome 2 vs 2 siege battle where the forces of Gondor and Dale have come together. They have allied to take on the forces of the Easterlings and the Orcs of Isengard. So as we can see, the first couple bombardments of the city do go in, and you can actually see it in the distance. The wall being ravished by the Gondorian trebuchets. Very, very nice to kick this bad boy off. And if we zoom out, we can see the entirety of the siege itself. So this battle was sent in to me by my Discord. I want to say a massive thank you to the Discord for sending this battle my way. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys want to be a part of these battles in the future, be sure to join the link in the description on my Discord and just go ahead and ask for Guys Who Plays Battles tag, and then you'll get notified whenever anyone is hosting these battles, and you can even host the battles yourself. So if we take a look at what the two sides are bringing, we'll start off obviously with Gondor as the city bombardment does begin. On their front line, they have some of the iconic Gondorian archers right here. These guys are always probably my favourite looking unit out of everything. Really nice stuff right there. We also have some Dunedain Rangers as well. These guys are hidden in the grass, and they will be, putting down some pretty heavy fire, and that's going to kind of make up the rest of the missile force. We also have some Ringlow Vale vassal men of Gondor. They've brought these guys to aid them in the fight itself. As we go further back for Gondor, we then finally have the iconic Gondorian sword infantry. Again, just such amazing work on them bad boys. And then we finally have, I think, like some Citadel Guard right here, some really strong infantry. And also then some Knights of the Silver Swan, some, levied knights from Dol Amroth are very good. Then if we make our way over to Dale, as I imagine they are also bombarding the Easterling Fortress, we then have some of the Vineland patrolmen right here. These are pretty good bowmen from, I believe, the northeastern reaches of the Dalian Empire. So pretty nice stuff. And I think these are kind of like more of the Elven-esque units. They also have some of these crappy watch post sentries, not very good infantry, but they'll help with numbers and keeping the forces up there for the men of Dale. We then also have some shipmen, some good marines right here. Very nice work. And then as we finally go back, we have the elite guard of the Vineland Guard. These guys have got like elven infused armor, or elven crafted armor, I should say. Very strong infantry. They even throw javelins as well before diving into battle. They're extremely scary. And then we just have a few kind of like pikemen, some Lake Town Guard, and then some Dalian cavalry. And that's going to make it up for the forces of good as they descend upon this fortress. Then if we take a look at the Eastlings who are defending this left-hand side, I believe the Eastlings also just recently did get updated as well, so maybe we'll see a few more of the new additions to the Eastling roster. You can see they're currently hiding behind the walls because they don't want to get hit by the artillery, as we'll just watch this other artillery round come in. Yeah, and that's why they're standing so close to the wall, to avoid that. And I imagine the Dalemen are trying to take out these towers so they can have an easier job at securing the walls. And securing the walls is really important. Like, if you go ahead and hold them, you can do a lot of pretty goddamn good stuff. So as we can see, we have obviously the normal Eastling bowman right here. Very beautifully crafted armor. As we go as well, we also have some more of these additional units that have recently been added. Some cool looking helmets, some armor, and shields with the gauntlets as well. Very cool indeed. And then we also have some of the Eastling heavy infantry, and I believe there's also a pike unit as well, which we'll see at some point. And we also have some of the Orcs of Isengard. These are the lightly armored Orcs of Isengard, and we'll just quickly run through the last one. We have some pikemen of Isengard right here, looking extremely fierce. Some more of the lightly armored infantry. I just want to quickly find the... Where are they? So you've got some axemen. Oh, these guys look pretty scary. And then these is the unit that I was talking about, the halberd unit for the Eastlings. Very cool indeed. Some just random women, and just don't mind us. We're just preparing for a battle. Some Eastling cavalry there, and then finally the last of the Uruk-hai army is just kind of scattered throughout the city with their elite general unit all the way back here, the White Hand Stormers, preparing themselves for battle. So the bombardment is going to continue on as the city does get took down a bit by bit. We can see a few of these, defensive positions have been taken down. I'm surprised there's no breaches being made, honestly, as we do actually have some of the Uruk archers extending some of that ammunition, trying to pick away some of the Gondorians that maybe strayed a little bit too close to the city. And that's actually going to push them back as well. They're not going to want to, obviously, get involved in this engagement whilst the wall is still, completely overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do is I'll skip ahead to when the siege towers are ready to go up and the bombardment phase is over, or at least until a bit more action does happen. The assault on the city has begun. The siege towers are being moved up with some pretty elite men on them. We obviously have the Gondorian infantry ready to storm the walls. Look at them. And one of the things I love you can do in artillery is you can actually do this and actually look at that. Like, you just, besides the flickering of the light, that looks pretty awesome with the captain of the guard ready to be the first one off onto the walls. We'll obviously make sure to jump on back with him as they do get off. And we do have lots of the Urukai slowly making their way back onto the walls. Now the archers have had their day. There's going to be the infantry ready to defend. We actually do see some dead Uruks right here as well. It's pretty cool. But yeah, everyone's going to be mounting the walls now because you don't want to give them up lightly. Defending the walls is a great way of keeping the city standing as best as you can. And then we also have some of the shipmen, the marines of Dale, ready to storm that gate. Unfortunately, there's no artillery. I think on the higher upgraded artillery pieces, you can get proper good stuff on here, but we're not going to see, man. It doesn't look like the Eastlings are committing that many men onto the walls. So that's going to, kind of almost cede the walls fairly convincingly for the forces of good. However, the Uruks are not going to lightly give up the defenses. They have, obviously not the most elite soldiers on here, but they have some pretty strong scouts up here. Also, I never looked at the numbers as well. Yeah, we do actually have over 12,000, so 13,000 soldiers in this battle. So a very big engagement. And the Uruks are preparing themselves. I mean, look at that. Oh, that looks pretty goddamn good, right? That looks pretty awesome. We just do something like that. Oh, that looks nice indeed. We're going to want to make sure we oh, that one's already gone down. We can see them come flying out. We'll obviously get on board with this one. I think this one's probably going to be a bit more central. Oh, these are axemen as well. Awesome. So the axemen are going to be charging out. We don't get to see the Gondorian. They're cheering, though. And these axemen are great at just whittling down enemy armored units. Not that there are that many, because I think they have a great armor piercing. They're just a ferocious unit. And there we go. You can already see some of the Gondorians. I mean, normally you want to get onto the walls as fast as possible, guys. Come on, let's go. You see the Gondorian brothers charging up as well. Very cool. Now everyone else is just charging. We've got another siege tower over there. And you can just see, oh, that looks so nice. You can see more of the Gondorians just charging down every single side. The walls are going to be overwhelmed. However, the Uruks are doing a great job back here, wherever their archers are situated. I think it's right here. Yeah, these guys are shooting them up on the wall. And this is a great way of, pinning down the enemy assault on the wall. It's just by volleying arrows into the defenders. Because normally what happens is they end up showing their sides pretty heavily right there. And you can see that guy right there. He's taken an arrow to his chest, an arrow to his shoulder blade right there. But luckily his armor, I imagine, has cushioned the blow. The pike spam right here is pretty horrific at the gate. They definitely did not want to give up this gate whatsoever. So there's just a line of Uruk pikes, which is a pretty good target for archers. If they wanted to move up archers and just focus it down, they definitely could. The Gondorians over here as well are getting peppered by the archers. It's going to be a hard fight indeed. But we can see that the forces of Dale are just swarming off of the walls as quickly as they can. And something that wouldn't be too crazy to see either is these Dalian shipmen making their way over to the Gondorian side of the battle. If they could go and help out the Gondorians get off the wall that little bit quicker, then why not? Because it does look like the Eastlings have basically given up control of the walls, deciding to defend the streets themselves and the kind of the endpoints of the walls, which definitely is not a bad strategy. However, if you come up against a good player, what they'll probably end up doing is just making their way across here, which is exactly what they are trying to do, and they're trying to make their way across to help out the Gondorians, and push off the defenses right here and resupply them. Oh yeah, this was a new Eastling unit as well, as a mace unit, I think, or maybe not. Maybe they've always had maces. We'll watch some of the heavy fighting on the walls as well. So they've obviously done a good job here at defending this passageway. They don't want to do what I just said, let what I just said happen, and they're going to be using their archers. Now, one of the things that the Dalians can do is they can put their archers on the walls now and shoot down on all the defenders, which is a really, really good strategy. So, they could easily, I probably would have used these siege towers as well, and just, put my archers up here and just volley down and killed all the enemy missiles as well. However, it does look like the Dalians have pushed forward their archers, and they're going to be volleying down onto the defenders pretty heavily. You got a lot of infantry here as well, but the Easterling shield wall is preparing itself very nicely. We can see them defending. If anything does decide to come up there, oh my god, look at that arrow fire as well. Yeah, the Dale faction is known for their archers, so they can definitely output a lot of damage. But just like the Dale first initial assault really hasn't gone too well. They've obviously got their siege towers to the wall, but it's been a very, very hard fight elsewhere. Maybe they need, this is what I'm saying, maybe creating another breach would have been really, really nice. The Gondorians over on this side doing a great job, but these archers are just ripping them apart. I feel like in sieges, the defenders need to have less archers because, stuff like this is just ridiculously OP. You just annihilate any of the any chance the defenders have. But I mean, I guess it's the defenders' fault for not making breaches with their artillery. They had 2 pieces of RT each. They could have easily made a couple more breaches, pushed up their own archers. But yeah, the archers for the defenders are just going ham right now. It's actually kind of disgusting to watch. Especially because on this side, the Urks are defending the walls. So it's not like the Gondorians can even get their archers up on here. But the Gondorians obviously have a big advantage in infantry. And they also have plenty of archers themselves. So they could always push forward their archers and start hammering away on the defenders. Also, it's not like the defenders have, lots of ammunition left. They're eventually going to be running out. And when they do that, it's going to hurt. I'm surprised that no archers have been brought up to kill these pikemen, though. A couple volleys down here would just flatten these guys out really quickly. Oh yeah, there's also, berserkers right here, just simply waiting for the order to go in. Surprising they haven't just charged out the main gate. Yeah, I feel like these archers are being misplaced right now for the attackers. The biggest threat is to take care of the enemy archers because, your infantry will storm the walls. But it's just getting up there. I mean, it's not like, these guys have committed their most elite units left. As I said, I feel like these archers should be focusing down the enemy archers. That's really what's, pinning them down. I mean, look at that. Look at that entire assault as it's been completely pushed aside. But balance power is still very much in favour of the Gondor. Not very much, but, it's still in favour of the Gondorians. But that's many a casualty right here. They're just so vulnerable from that archer fire. That needs to be like the number 1 priority in this battle, is taking care of them archers. Because the longer you let them shoot, it doesn't matter if they run out of ammunition, they still would have done their damage by that point. And unfortunately, there's no protection whatsoever for the Gondorians to really do, though. There's not much else they could do besides making the breaches, like I said early on, and using their archers to, counter shoot the enemies. Because they're just breaking. They're just breaking because they're taking far too many casualties. And there's not really much, the Gondorians are running out of infantry. As I said, they still have the quality, but they just need to keep on pushing. And I mean, going through this this gate as well is just going to be slaughter for the defenders. Especially with these weak-ass units as well. The sentry posts are never going to take this. They will bravely go in, though they've been given the order to charge through the gate itself. More empty as well. These guys are just... I feel like they need to either try and get their archers. They've done a great job at nullifying this archer unit. They just need to kind of at least push them back, and try and just keep them away. I think that's what the Gondorians are now trying to do, is they've pushed up their own archers, and they're going to try and achieve that. But they've lost so much infantry. Luckily, they still have plenty of sword infantry, ready to be committed. Got a few of these Dunedain as well. That looks very cool as well. The Dunedain just sneaking. I mean, there's no real need to sneak. And yeah, they're finally starting to take away these pikemen as well. Because the archers will just demolish these pikemen. I think that's what the rest of these archers are being brought up to do so. It's just volley through here. And that's going to force them away and basically make them, have to go to one side or another. And again, the enemy archers are shooting the friendly archers, but, it's kind of what you can just leave them to do. It's kind of good if they focus that down, because you can use the rest of your archers to do other stuff. And here we go, another assault. Some of the Watchtown sentries going to be fighting against the elite infantry of the Easterlings and actually get routed right away, or what are they up to? I don't know. We're going to get another unit here, a proper unit going in. And I think, honestly, this is the unit that should have been sent up first for Dale. Because if they would have sent up this unit first, then they could have absorbed all the ammunition, Not the shipmen, which maybe are a little bit more capable. But then again, these guys would die very, very quickly to missile fire on the side. I'm surprised we're not seeing any more elite Dale infantry as well, like the normal Dalian infantry being brought into the fold. Because they are really, really good. And where's that archer fire going? Yeah, these guys won't take any damage in shield walls, so it's a bit of a waste of ammunition. They've managed to force the pikes away, which is very, very good. Is this wall close to going down? No, it's one of them, so it's not going to go down. I don't know. I just feel like maybe the attackers have already lost their steam, What I would be doing right now is I'd be getting my archers on the wall so they could start shooting down, obviously. That would be perfect, because then you can start hitting these guys in the back and in the side. What the Eastlings might do now, and that's exactly what they are doing, they're going to go ahead and take advantage. It seems like the trap has been set, and they're going to push into the side. We'll actually get on board with these guys, why not? And they're going to go and surround these spearmen in the side. If they're quick enough, I'm not sure if they will be, before more and more infantry gets off. Yeah, that's what they've been sent to do. This is a great, great maneuver by the defenders. The attackers have seen it, and they're going to try and stop this by committing some of their spearmen elsewhere. But, these guys are now completely surrounded on here. If they can, they just need to get their archers on the wall and start doing what the defenders did to them. Kind of switch that around. Oh, that little hit right there was massive. God, these mason packs are pretty brutal. Are they just routing? I think they might just be routing straight away. God damn. No, they're not routing yet, but their morale's actually pretty good. But, we're just not going to be doing much damage whatsoever. The assault on the gate itself as well is still struggling as well. They are whittling down the defenders, but at what cost? That is the question. And it's not like they don't have that many elite men left. They still have some shipmen left. They have a lot of their elite cavalry. They have their these guys right here, the Lake Town Guard. They have the Vineland Guard. So I feel like Dale have plenty of infantry left, and they've only really thrown forward their cheap infantry. I'm kind of more nervous for Gondor more than anything else. I feel like Gondor are going to be running out of men. Look at this, the Uruk pit of death right here. They've got pikemen. And then again, this leaves them very vulnerable to missile fire. Just focus fire right here. And you can do a lot of damage. What are these guys as well? So yeah, you just got 3 lines of Uruk pikemen. That's deadly. And then berserkers ready to follow up on any assault that gets thrown in. That's pretty scary indeed. Yeah, it's all quiet on the Gondorian front. It really, really is. I feel like it's up to Dale here to do the damage. And there's actually a space right here. Oh, Dale, throw forward your infantry over here quickly. Now that the Eastlings have committed to this fight, and you've surrounded them, granted with weak infantry, but you've surrounded them, this is the perfect opportunity to throw in your men and get them off on the wall to then re-support your soldiers here. And I think that's maybe what they're doing. No, get these shipmen up there. Get your shipmen up here and bring them off the walls. Yeah, there's no way down there, but there's like a perfect space right here. You can just infiltrate the city. And again, it looks like the defenders are going to be far too strong on the walls. This infantry is really, really good. And it's just not coming up against anything that can really damage it. Oh, that arrow volley, though. That's brutal. That's at least going to be whittling down the defenders. And I guess this unit right here is kind of like the sacrificial lamb. It's going to die in the infantry engagement. But it's mainly here just to keep these guys out of like a shield wall or something. And allow these archer volleys to do the damage they're doing. I'm still really surprised that there's so much arrow fire going off on these guys. Like, yeah, you're killing them, but this infantry isn't that important to kill. I think, you know, taking care of like this quadrant is much more important. But the outer walls have basically gone down now. The last couple units of infantry do get thrown into the battle. I'm super surprised that the shipmen are going in. Oh no, they've actually taken the walls. So that should mean that the burning oil should now stop now because the gates have been secured. So now the shipmen can kind of fight these warriors at will. It's going to take them a while to crunch through this, which is why we'd love to see a unit of infantry brought up here, brought down, and then used to outflank the defenders right here. Because it would be a great maneuver, and it's a shame that we haven't seen it yet. The Gondorian side have basically felt quiet as well now. Not really much happening on this side, besides archers moving forward. There's not really much they can do. They really have to wait till Dale do move up. I mean, their archers have basically cleared off a large portion of the Uruk archers, and the Uruk archers are almost out of ammunition. And once they are, that's when Gondor can kind of do their thing. But until then, they're going to struggle, that is for sure. Yeah, this infantry can even make their way down this. Oh no, you can't, because for whatever reason in Attila, once these towers are destroyed, they're just done for, which is just so dumb. Yeah, more watchpost sentries coming up here to try and aid in the fight. I mean, really, they just need like good infantry. They need the Vineland Guard to be pushed up here and committed to this fight. Huge assault right here on the gatehouse for the forces of Rune. The men of Dale just charged through, seeing that their numbers were weak. They took heavy casualties. They have now got in between the shield wall of Rune, and now it's going to give them a great position. They're even throwing up some of their Dalian cavalry as well, which is a great maneuver. They're unfortunately going to lose a lot of men just to, you know, trying to break through that. And I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. I mean, the cavalry is now in the city, which is pretty goddamn huge. They can start causing some havoc if they want to right now. We're seeing another assault from Gondor. Gondor have pushed up some infantry. I don't know why they've done this. This is just a slaughter. Handing up with burning oil. I don't know what the Gondorian player is doing right now. He's just running into this trap of pikes. I mean, it would make sense if they wanted to assault somewhere else at the same time. They're just running into this. This is like a Rome 1 tactic right here. What are you doing? Get your men out of there, Gondor! Oh no. Oh no. That's 3 units of Gondorian infantry. This is brutal. This is painful to watch. The Gondorians are just marching to their death. This is like a Rome 1 tactic right here. And make sure you hit that like button if you used to do this in Rome 1. If you used to form up, there was the square tactic if you were really confident and you had a lot of pikes, or if you were short on pikes, you could always form the triangle of death, which you could do with just 2 units, depending on what faction you were playing. And normally as well, even as a Rome, you could get some mercenary pikemen. Good times. Simpler times. Simpler. I don't even know what Gondor has done. I think they're just reeling from their defeat on the walls, and now they're just, you know, saying whatever and just charging everything forward. We're even pushing up some archers onto the wall as well. Yeah, I'm a bit clueless. With that burning oil going down, the Gondorians have gone mad, and it's up to the men of Dale to try and cause some sort of salvation in this engagement. At least the Rune warriors are basically dealt with now. They're still pushing back the sentries, but my god. And we're even getting more infantry being brought up now as this cavalry is just being scared. Yeah, we need to see more infantry just being committed to this fight now. Like, you need to see infantry actually coming up here. There's going to be a great Dalian charge though coming into the side of these warriors, and yet they're still holding the line. I don't see how they are. Now that Rune are committing their last men, they're looking just to cut off the head, you know, off of the Dalian war machine right now. You can see more and more men just being broken forward. And here we go, just one last charge. I think they've gone mad. They're just like, you know, all hope is lost, send forth all legions. And surprise, surprise, this engagement isn't really going in their favor. Surprisingly, they've done good damage to these guys. Like, and again, this wouldn't be a bad strategy if you then also had a ton of archers coming in as well. And helping out, you know, the archers just peppering away these pike walls whilst like one unit of infantry held them in place. But we just don't have that. And because of that, now the berserkers have gone in as well. That is just brutal. We've got a nice little cinematic mode right there as well. There is no hope for Gondor whatsoever. Yeah, more and more berserkers being thrown in. All hope is lost, that is for sure. Because these berserkers will just rip apart the Gondorian line. They're even starting to push in their Citadel Guard as well. The brave men of Gondor. At least they're not routing. You have to give the Gondorians that. You know, it's not these soldiers' fault. They're just following orders. Be brave, be heroes. Definitely need a hero or two. You need some Gondorians on the walls. And I think that was the biggest issue, was that the wall assault just they needed to push up their archers whilst the wall assault was going on and focus us down the enemy missiles, because them enemy missiles just ripped apart the infantry on the walls. It wasn't even close. Or they needed to push up some really weak units first to absorb the ammunition whilst the archers were shooting. That would have been a great strategy as well. Or they just needed to make a few more breaches in the wall. You know, if you made a two length breach, so there's two pieces of the walls going down next to each other, you can get your archers up there, you can throw for infantry, there's just so much you could do with it. And something I really like to do in these type of battles is save enough ammunition to make a breach mid-battle. So once the defenders are trying to, you know, commit their infantry to where you're attacking, you then, like, halfway through a battle make another breach, so they can't really take more men to go and defend that breach and just really take them by surprise. Yeah, no mercy indeed. God damn. You brave Gondorians. Some more of these archers, I imagine, who have run out of ammunition now as well. How did... Dale's kind of taking the walls now. They're using their archers. Wow. That's when you know things are dire, is when they're using their archers to try and take these guys out. Now, granted, the runic soldiers are also using their archers, but their men are like a hybrid unit. These guys are half decent in melee. Oh, that's a beautiful cavalry charge, though, by the men of Dale. Really, really nice. And they're going to charge forward there very, very quickly. I can't not believe this Battle of the Gate is still going on. Really, really crazy stuff right now. You'd have some of the Gondorian Swan Knights moving around. They're definitely not breaking through there. Wait, are Dale in? Or what? I'm confused. Yeah, Dale are basically in. But yeah, the Dale has actually done a great job at clearing this out. But there's just so much still left remaining. I just don't see the attackers even coming close to breaking this defense. I mean, as you can see, the band's power has now shifted in favor of the defenders, which is never what you want to see. But there is always hope. There is always hope, and you might end up seeing, you know, a comeback. You know, if Dale can break through, help support the Gondorians. It's not like the Gondorians, they have nothing left. Yeah, the Gondorians are basically broken. They're sending their last men to help the Dale push, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, even these Gondorian archers still have plenty of ammunition. Why are they being thrown into the fire? It seems like Denethor has lost his mind. Or maybe Boromir was killed or something. The Swan Knights are breaking through, which is a great strategy right now. It's good here, just committing the Gondorian cavalry through. But they're basically nowhere they can use them because you just got the halberdiers. If this Gondorian player charges his horses into the halberdiers, I'm going to cry. I'm hoping he's not going to be that stupid. But I can just see it. There's nowhere for him to really go, so I don't know if he's just going to commit it. Like, hopefully, they've made a little breach into the city, which is good. You got more Gondorians coming. You've got these archers have been slaughtered up here by medallions. I mean, the Uruks are having to commit. Oh, look at this as well. This is awesome by the runic player, though. The men of Rune are just slowly closing in this breach bit by bit. Look at that. Which does leave them a bit vulnerable. If Dale can get some men up here, come down and hit them in the back. And they are pushing up some of their own pikes as well, which is a great strategy because I believe the Dalian pikes are longer, than these halberds. These halberds are meant for mainly taking care of mainly taking care of like the infantry. As you can see, it's much harder for the Eastlings to hit them. It does look like they do have the range too. And yes, some of the Vineland Watchmen, are these guys called that? Yeah, Vineland Watchmen. You can see they're definitely getting the advantage here. I love the shields on the arms as well. It's just a really cool thing to do. I mean, both sides are taking casualties, but it's softening up this assault. And you can maybe sneak through some more infantry. Luckily Dale is smart here. They're pushing up their own pikemen to help out in this fight. Oh my god, this brutal this is Gondor. And even our arrow fire coming in now, just finishing them off. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned in that engagement right there. My god, that was a slaughter. That was a massacre. Yeah, some of the Lake Town guard up here as well. They can do okay, but they're not going to be able to break like a phalanx wall. Yeah, as you can see, the balance of power is shifting in favour of the defenders. I think the defenders have obviously got this battle. Unless something like a miracle can happen. Which it might, because, granted, there could be a lot of weak units back here. I mean, these guys are pretty good. Yeah, there's still a lot of good units back as well. And obviously you got the Uruk pikemen as well. You've even got all of these Uruk swordsmen up here as well. And the cavalry, I mean, if the cavalry can get in, if they can break this position right here, and this cavalry can come in, and they can surround, the cavalry can probably kill all of these Uruk scouts, because the Uruk scouts don't do a lot of damage. It's just now you're starting to see more of these Lake Town Guard going. You got sword infantry here. The Vineland Guard are going to give it another shot, but I just don't think it's going to do much now. We'll get on board with them, though. They're going to push forward, or have I just done this for no reason? It's the curse. It's the curse of a YouTuber. You click on to see something and then just nothing happens. So very, very sturdy defense. So if you guys want to be a part of, battles, if you feel like you can add some more strategy to these engagements, do join my Discord. There's normally a bunch of groups of people looking for battles, and even if you have your own group of friends you play these battles with, feel free to send me in replays. I'm always looking for replays. Also, did you see that kill animation right there? That was awesome. I'm always looking for replays, whether it's on 1212, Rise of Mordor, Napoleonic Total War 3, Thrones of Britannia, like everything, anything modded, I'm definitely looking for. Even Warhammer. I feel like I just don't do enough Warhammer on the channel, and I definitely do need to do more battles. So they've finally committed now. This unit that's currently fighting, the Vineland Guard, they're very, very good. They're like one of the best melee infantry units in the game. And you can see the last couple Gondorians moving in. I just feel like it's a matter of time. Yeah, the Archer Fire's coming in now as well, finishing off the last couple more infantries being committed. Yeah, Gondor over on this side, there's just nothing left for them whatsoever at all. The Gondorians just don't have much left. So let's just skip ahead a little bit. Okay, guys, so it looks like the battle is now over. I went ahead and skipped out the last, 3 minutes of that battle because it was pretty obvious he was going to come out on top. Obviously the defenders holding firm and just annihilating the Gondorian army, which really just broke the will of the attackers right there. Taking a look at the kills, you can see a lot of these guys didn't even really get many kills. The archers, though, really racking up that damage. And a Berserk as well, 150 kills on them bad boys, very nice. Over on the Runic side, very much doing a very great job there, hundreds of kills on multiple units right there. Over on the side of Dale, again, their archers doing great, just not enough. I think they needed to prioritize killing the enemy archers a little bit more and maybe creating a few other breaches. And the Gondorians, oh, it's just brutal. You know, sometimes this does happen. You know, none of their units over 100 kills, which was kind of sums up the battle for Gondor, unfortunately. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more Rise of Mordor on the channel, be sure to drop a like and a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.